'Twas the night before NBCOT. Authored by Sadie McGuire, Ashley Fredrickson, Sarah Malone, Hannah Maxey, and Caitlin Sappington. 'Twas the night before NBCOT, when all through the schools, every OT was studying, brushing up on their rules. The SOAP notes were written by the students with care, in hopes that a license soon would be theirs. The clients were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of goals danced in the OT's heads. We read all the models and then took a deep breath, and had just settled our brains to read the OTPF. When out from beyond there arose such a clatter, we sprang from our seats to see what was the matter. Into the clinic we flew through the door, snatched up our gonies and gate belts galore. The man in the clinic was all dressed in red, with a round little belly and a hat on his head. Then, what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, we knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. But rather than jolly, he seemed just plain scared. So we listened, assessed, and asked what functions impaired. He complained of a shooting pain in his wrist, and is worried by dawn he will not make his list. If I don't get to all of the presents, he cried, the children will spend Christmas Day teary-eyed. With assessments in mind, we set out to write goals, but first completed the profile and filled in any holes. So with the client's concerns, COAST goals were created, observable, measurable, and clearly stated. The SOAP note was written to show plan of care, subjective, objective, and assessments were there. Occupation was used as a means to an end, to restore performance patterns and use his wrist again. Long-term goals being stated, short-term progress begun. Intervention was client-centered, meaningful, and fun. Within PEO, his person factors had decreased. He could no longer hold his present bag or enjoy his cookie feast. From a biomechanical approach, we assessed ROM. Grips was a performance skill impacted for him. He could no longer handle or manipulate with care. Intervention was needed to functionally repair. His environment supportive, Mrs. Claus holding tight. Occupation directed towards getting presents right. Orthotics were used to protect and enable. Assistive devices were used to make his wrist stable. With that, he was modified, remediated, and restored. Outcomes were met while the children all snored. OT students were able to increase his well-being, put him back on his sleigh, and keep the children believing. The OTPF gave us a guide, process, domains, and skills were applied. Off with his presents and reindeer galore, Christmas was saved, Santa worried no more. The students were glad to discharge him so quick, Santa back in his sleigh, we heard the reindeer click click. And we heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.